lot to get through today. A lot of changes in this building. I'm not sure if I'm ready for them, but you have a lot of people this year that have been working their tails off to get you in the building. A lot of schools in the area, as you see, they're not letting their kids in the building. We want you here. I get sick of looking at Mr. Zeus and Mr. Massey all summer long, okay? So thank you for bringing me new faces in. With that being said, I'm going to let these ladies do their spiel real quick. I just have some couple of housekeeping things for you to take care of. But Mrs. Olson and Mrs. Dendel, they're going to make sure they go through a couple things with you, and I'll come talk to you a little bit, okay? So I want to say, welcome back. Thank you for being here. We're excited to have you back, and I can't say that enough. It's been a long time since we had some faces, and it's good to have you all in the building. So welcome back. I appreciate you here. Thank you. Ms. Olson, Ms. Dendel?
Yeah, juniors, junior year, big year. Just a couple student services announcements. I know he's going to talk about different rules and things like that. Just a lot of questions we've had. Number one, your schedule is your schedule is your schedule for the absolute most part. Because of class sizes, COVID, different things like that, you may have gotten the schedule 2 weeks ago and you registered and you picked it up at homeroom right now and you're panicked because it looks a little bit different. That's because it has to look different. So what's on Infinite Campus is what's live. So like the whole business of changing lunches for friends and things like that, lunches can't even be imbalanced. And I just want you guys to understand it's not us being mean. If we had to go to a cohort, you guys have heard that, like where half of you come for 2 days and half of you go by 2 days or something like that, it's gonna be by 5th hour. So our building has to be 50-50. Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys with me? We all want this together, okay? So I need you to know that about your schedule. However, if you need a schedule change, we are more than willing to help you. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why you need a schedule change or why you don't need a schedule change. We will not change your schedule if you don't need a schedule change. We will change your schedule if you need one. We've added an extra layer for you there. If you go to the Student Services website, there's a little link. I need to change my schedule. It populates information for the 3 of us counselors and we will get back to you. I was just visiting homerooms this morning, so we will get back to you as fast as we can. Email or in person. So that's just like nuts and bolts of schedule changes. I want to address, if it's okay with you guys, a little bit about testing. Because if this was a traditional year, okay, you guys would be panicking about the ACT and things like that. Lots has changed and it's very fluid, just like everything else. So this is what I'm going to tell you I know. What I know is that if you're interested in taking the ACT, you still can this fall. Lakeland is a national test center. I have personally requested to ACT that we can be a test center for October 24th. But since I happen to be a parent of a junior and I went on, I do not see Lakeland Union High School listed yet. I don't know if we will be a national test center on October 24th. So if you go on the ACT's website, everything's live that ACT has. What I also know is we are planning on the state ACT in February like normal, if we're not shut down. And then we would also offer it at Lakeland in June, God willing, okay? But if it's a national ACT, we'll help you with that. That you have to register yourself. If you're looking for the February, that's statewide, that's just like here in school. We are also attempting to offer what's called the PSAT, which is a practice SAT test, and that's in October, I believe. During the school day, you will hear more information on it. That's a super slick in the building, $13. We can convert your PSAT score to an ACT score, and it would be awesome. All of that being said, it is already coming out by certain schools. Madison, for example, has already said that this junior class will not need an ACT for college admissions, which totally, as a parent, like makes me really nervous. Okay. Huh? What does that mean? It means, this is what I'm going to say to you. And they may change that, you guys, but I think what that means is what you do this year might matter a little bit more than other people, like other older grades, meaning kids who've already graduated. I think your performance in the classroom, whether that's virtual, online, face-to-face, really is going to show a positive trend. And that's why I just wanted to address that academically for guys is if maybe freshman or sophomore year wasn't so great, and now you're like, oh, it's hitting me, and yes, there's so much change, but I want to take my education seriously, and oh, poop, I was counting on taking and having a really good ACT score to get me in, you might not have that. So this is just like a plea for you guys to understand we got your back academically, for you guys to do what you need to do. We are here to help work through that system. I know it's the first day of junior year, you're excited for high school, but I just wanted to give you the big picture so you guys understood that we're here to help. Okay? So that's the testing. There'll be way more information. We're gonna have a junior parent meeting. Your parents are gonna be invited to either attend virtually or in person. That's coming up. So we're gonna be coming to your English classes as counseling staff and getting you tons of information. All things student services, we got your back. If you're attending virtually, I'm like waving at the camera, or online, we are, and any of you guys, we are available to meet face to face. We're willing to do a Google Meet. We're willing to take a phone call, and we're clearly willing to email because that's what we've been doing. So we really want to welcome you back in such an unusual world. And I know some of you are already thinking about what should I be doing life after Lakeland, so we're staying on top of that as well. You're gonna have the WEF, the Wisconsin Education Fair. Unfortunately, we won't be traveling to Eagle River. You get to attend virtually. So you're gonna hear more of that. It's college visit. It's gonna be virtual. Anything else?
A lot more on this in detail on Monday, September 21st is when we're having your parent meeting, but we're also coming into your English classrooms, like Ms. said, to kind of go over this with you guys as well. I agree with the whole ACT testing. I think there's pros and cons. At first, you guys are probably like, yes, I don't have to take the ACT. But on the flip side, colleges will be looking at other things more, if that makes sense. Like Ms. Olson said, extracurriculars, your progress in the classroom, things like that are probably going to take the place of your ACT score when it comes to college admissions.
So stay involved.
So stay involved.
And do the do's. Like he's gonna go over like the, but like you guys got this. Like you guys are my people. You guys are my juniors.
I think that's pretty much it, but I just want to emphasize, we are here for all students, virtual, remote, in person. If you go to the Student Services website, we have appointment calendars out. You can choose to schedule something virtually if you want. Parents can as well, so we are here and we want to hear from you.
Yeah, but you can go, right?
Well, I'm a talking option here, okay, so get your ears ready. No, really, guys, honestly, welcome back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some changes, and a lot of the changes, you've probably seen already this morning. The biggest one is we're wearing masks. Honestly, this is my 19th year in education. Never once did I thought I'd be teaching wearing a mask. Okay. The good news is every one of you in here, we're all brand new at this. Every one of us is brand new. The teachers, the students. We have a couple of new teachers here. The first thing I said to them, I said, it's a good year to be a new teacher because you are starting fresh, just like the veteran teachers like myself that have been in this education system for a while. Okay? So we're going to try and bear with it. We're going to push through it. We're going to do the best that we can. There's a lot of things in place that behind the scenes that you guys are unaware of, but we got your help at best for you here. So real quick, couple of things. I want to go through some COVID-19 updates. And I know we never thought we'd be saying this, but lunch tables, you saw the signs today, 4 per table. That does not mean 4 sit down and 15 stand around, okay? So 4 per table. We had to talk to some freshmen about that yesterday, but they're doing well today. The breakfast is a little different. It's a grab and go breakfast. 7:45 breakfast opens up. Grab your stuff. Take your food to your classroom. It's going to be first hour moving forward. So today was homeroom. From now on, it's going to be first hour. So as soon as they get here, teachers open their doors, 7:45, grab it and go. We're trying to make sure no one's in the hallway straggling about, okay? Different this year as well. You may go outside during lunch. And by outside, I mean you're allowed to sit at the picnic tables. You're allowed to go on the bleachers by the football field. You can eat out there if you choose. One of the things we're not allowing though, guys, you can go on the track and field. If you want to go out there and chill and lay, walk around, whatever you gotta do, just take the masks off, social distance, give a little breather, we get it. Please don't bring food on the track and field though, okay? Bleachers are fine. The only what we'll do, we'll take that away from you if you don't clean up after yourselves. So if you're leaving trays outside or you're doing whatever, clean up after yourselves. If you see someone else doing it, okay, kind of self-police yourselves. say, hey, we don't want to lose this privilege. Because to be honest with you guys, I'd be the first one to sit out there to 50-yard line and say, get away from me, I need to breathe a little bit, okay? These masks can be a little different. We'll be outside, but you're more than welcome to do that at lunchtime, all right? Just pick up after yourselves. Social distancing, you're gonna see in the cafeteria, there's dots, and it goes all the way back to the math wing where the stairs go up. I think there's like 35 or 36 in each line. We're gonna ask you to stay on the dots, guys. Move forward, stand the dots, wait, move forward, stand the dots, and wait. Randy said yesterday, you need to have your mask on through the line, mandatory, wash your hands with the stuff through the line, get your stuff, tell them your number, and go sit down. Once you're at your table, you can take your masks off, okay? So we want you guys to be outside as much as possible. Hallways, keep moving, trying to gather. Bathrooms, obviously one stall per person. First of all, I don't get why we have multiple people in stalls to begin with, but please have one person per stall if you can help it. If you don't feel comfortable during passing time going to the bathroom, there's too many people, ask your teacher to be polite, give them the reason why, and they should give you a pass. Make sure you have a pass in your hand, okay? Phone rules, same as last year, you know that. Instructional time, no phones out. And I'm trying to go through these real quick here, so we're out of time, aren't we, Ms. Olson?
We're good.
Maintain as much space between those around you. Bathrooms, no loitering. Mask one over your mouth. After school stuff. Mr. Keeler will be here in the comments after school, okay? If you are not either weightlifting or you're not in the commons getting tutored or on an athletic team or something to that nature, you don't have a pass for that, you shouldn't be here, okay? You need to be in the commons. We're not going to let you walk all over the place. We will have some tutors after school for you if you need that. I know it's the first day or two here, but just the biggest thing, guys, I want to be here. Okay, I miss people. I miss you. My circle, I don't love you guys, my circle at home these last 5 months has been really small. And I love the guys in depth that I hang out with, but it's getting old seeing the same faces, okay? I want you here. We want you here. I think we all want you here. We're gonna have some ups and downs. Tomorrow we may have to go online, or the next day. Go back and then come back in 14 days. We're gonna have a little bit of change here, okay? The more we can do to help each other out, I think the better off we're gonna be, all right? With that being said, I have like 23 seconds.
Right, is there anything, I know there are more teachers going over Chromebooks, but is there anything administratively they need to know? I mean, they're yours, take them home.
Yeah, take them home. If you forget them that next day at school, that's your own problem. But take them home every night. Don't leave them in your lockers, because like I said, it could be shut down the next day. So. Hey guys, yeah, what's up?
Could you go out and eat in your vehicle?
I'm sorry?
Could you like go out and eat in your vehicle?
That's a good question. We talked about that. As juniors and seniors, I might be okay with that. But listen, guys, I can tell you right now, wholeheartedly, I will be out there looking, because I was in high school once too. Okay? I'm not stupid. So with that being said, I'm kind of like a hound. I'll come at you, okay? But for today, do me a favor though. If you're gonna go out that way to your cars, check out the appropriate place at the table on the way out the doors. Don't go outside and sneak out. If I see you sneaking out, then we're gonna take that privilege from you, okay?
Sure.
Is that fair enough? I'll make sure everyone else knows that. Guys, awesome here, let's do it.
Hey, look at this audience.
We were wondering that. But I don't do it.
I get it. What's clear?
I didn't do it.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So we're going to get you kind of updated to some of the things that you're going to need to know, COVID related, rule related to some basic things for the procedures and the expectations that we have in school to help make it more fluid for you as you're going through. A lot of this stuff probably won't be very brand new. It'll be similar to what you had in your previous experiences, but we just want to go through it. So, some basic things. Cell phones. We do not allow you to have your cell phones out visible to a teacher at all during instructional time. What is instructional time? The time the bell rings to start class, the time the bell rings to end class. So if your phone is out, and the teacher sees that, they can ask you to take it, right? Some teachers may be a little bit more lenient, say put it away, right? But we're telling them that they have the right to take your phone and turn it into the office. This is your first warning, right? So you don't get any free warnings anymore. So you say, oh, you didn't even give me a warning? Right now, in your class meeting, this is a warning. No cell phones out during class time. If it gets turned in the office, the first time it's turned in, it'll be in my office, down in the main office. It'll be there until the end of the day. At the end of the day, you can come pick it up. The next 2 days, You have to either leave it at home, and your parents have to vouch for that, or you check it into my office at the beginning of the day, you pick it up at the end of the day. So it's 2 days loss of privileges in the building. The second time that happens, down in my office again, you pick it up at the end of the day, but you lose your privileges for a week. The third time it would happen, your phone's gonna be taken away at the end of the day. You don't get to pick it up. Your parents have to come pick it up. Your guardian has to come pick it up. Then you lose privileges for a month, meaning no phone at all for a month in the building. The fourth time, you lose privileges the rest of your year. And then your parents have to pick that up as well, right? The big thing for us is you can use your phone during passing time. You can use your phone at lunch. You can use your phone before and after school, but we don't want it to be a distraction in the classroom. Straightforward, it's simple, there's no leniency, there's no wiggle room on it. If you have questions on it, you want interpretations, you can always stop down and I'll talk to you about it. Getting to school, the doors lock at 8:10, meaning that if you're late for school after 8:10, you're not gonna come right in, you're gonna have to check in with our reception ladies up front for attendance purposes and they'll buzz you into the building. Please get here on time. Remember, the breakfast line ends at 8:05, so you won't be able to get breakfast after 8:05. Grab that breakfast and get down to your home, or get down to your first period class. Anytime you're in the hallway during instructional time, so during class time, you have to have a pass. Don't just say, I'm going to the bathroom and walk out of a room. You need to have a pass from the teacher, you need to have a pass from somewhere, or to be going somewhere in order to be in the hallway. We have hall monitors, I don't know if you noticed that yesterday. Guys walking around, girls walking around with a radio, right? Their job is to ask you where you're going and if you have a pass. It's not to annoy you, but their job is to make sure for safety and security purposes of where you're going, okay?
Our best one is sitting right back there, Mr. Massey. Best one we got.
The fastest one back there. Mr. Chavez.
You're the best one. You're the best one we got.
Something that comes up every year, something I deal with a lot is things that get taken, theft, right? Mainly in our locker rooms. You have lockers in the locker rooms, you get locks issued to you for your Phi Ed classes, you need to use them, right? If you leave things out unattended, I know that we love to trust everybody, but if something gets taken and you haven't locked it up, there's not a lot I can do to help you, right? So utilize the locks that you're getting, secure your valuables. Put that stuff away, lock them up. Because those shoes, that wallet, that phone, all those things are important to you, secure them, right? Take care of that. Dress code. In your student handbook. And this student handbook is accessible in the planners that you got. You can find it online as well. Or we have hard copies in the office if you want to pick one up. It's going to go through what the dress code expectations are. I'm not going to go through all of those for you, but look through that. Familiarize yourself with that. One of the big things with dress code this year, it's not written into the handbook per se, but it's something that we're going to expect is your mask, right? Your mask is a dress code item. You have to have your mask on the majority of your day except for when you're eating, or if you've been given a chance to take a break, like going outside or one of those opportunities in one of your classes. I know it's not the most fun thing to wear, I know it's not the most fun thing to use, right? But we're doing this because we want our school to stay open, and we want to be respectful of everybody else in this building. And the longer we can keep everybody safe, the longer we stay open, the better your educational and high school experience is. So, not always convenient, but it's what's right, it's what we need to do. So we take care of each other in that process. I know none of you probably use any social media whatsoever, but during the course of the school day, the public Wi-Fi is turned off, so you don't have access to Wi-Fi for any of your devices. We do this on an important, purposeful basis. We want to make sure that your focus is on the academic portion, the school in-person social portion, and not utilizing social media during the course of the day. I know you can still do it, but social media has such adverse effects on what we do in the building. The bullying, the harassment, the distraction that creates for everybody, we try to limit that. We try to pull you away from that in this time period during the day. I know you got to get your Snapchat streak or whatever going. We'll do that before or after school, right? I know you have to like all those photos and stuff. Take care of that stuff outside of the school building so you can lock in on being just a kid at high school while you're in this building. We have an app, a Stop It app, that gives us access to you anonymously. There's a password for it. It's T-Birds, lowercase t, followed by the word birds. The Stop It app is where you can report anonymously information about things going on in school. I'm worried about so-and-so, and I don't know what's going on with them. Can somebody check in on them? That app comes to a bunch of the administrators, and we can connect with our counselors. We can connect people in our building to make sure that we provide you support. You can also throw it out there, those people are doing things that are dangerous. I saw somebody that was vaping in the bathroom. Anonymously consent to us, we can follow up with those people, right? The more we work together to have a great school environment, the better this place is gonna be. And I know some of those things might be a part of people's everyday lives outside of here, but we don't want it to be a part of your life in this building. We want to make this building, free from some of those distractions and those things that are unhealthy for you. Tardies. You got to get to class on time. We have 5 minutes of passing time between classes, right? Especially this year, there's not going to be a lot of time for you to loiter and hang out in a spot. We want to keep you moving. If you get to class late, right, after the bell rings, you're marked tardy. Up until 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this becomes an absence. So either unexcused or excused absence, depending upon what your reasoning is. If you're tardy after three times, the office is going to get involved in that and start working on a response to your behavior because you can't get to class on time. So we're going to provide ways to help you with that. Maybe it might be something basic with just a phone call to parents, or it might be something more extreme where you need to have an escort to your classes with you because you can't get there on time. I don't know about you, but I don't know if I want to walk with Mr. Zeus to class because I can't get there on time. In the morning, and for breakfast and for lunch, breakfast time we're trying to get you moving your first hour class, but for lunch for sure, we're limiting you to the spaces at those tables that we have set up. So on the round tables, that's 4 people to a table. I know it's not convenient, I know it's not great, you can't sit by all your friends, but right now we're doing that as one of those COVID-related things that we just have to take care of in our building. So make sure you keep that spacing. We have tables set up in the multi-purpose room, which to you guys isn't going to be different, but it'll be new to everybody else. It's that area right off of the main commons area. We have the gym will be open as well for an extra overflow area. We're still working on whether or not we're going to have activity in there or not. But you're going to have space. You're going to have the ability to be outside earlier in the year here because the weather should be hopefully cooperating with us to be out there. So you're going to have some space to spread out. Just make sure you're able to do that when you're eating your lunch. What else? In the lines of all the social distancing, we have not set up 6 feet apart. Take your time, work your way through it. Everybody's going to get a chance to eat. We have plenty of time to do that, and we'll get you through in those pieces. In the hallways, I know you probably don't have your license, but it's going to be just like driving down the road, right? You're going to stay to the right, and you're going to keep moving, okay? Whatever direction you're going, be on the right side of that hallway. We're going to try to keep that flow moving so we're not stopping, we're not loitering, not hanging out. Get from point A to point B. In your classrooms is where you can hang out and spread out a little bit more. All right? At lunchtime, again, you'll have a chance to talk and interact a little bit more with your friends than you do during passing time, but just make sure we keep that traffic moving in the hallway. The social distancing standpoint, as much as you can, try to maintain that process. We're asking you to sit, a couple seats apart here. We're just listening to the research that's been flowing into us that we've been listening to all summer. And we hope that this research is sound and it's going to give us a chance to stay open for as long as we can. Hopefully the entire school year, and we make it all the way through. Bathrooms. This is a crazy one. I heard Mr. Zeus say to the seniors, some schools are restricting bathroom usage. I saw a school the other day that said, we're limiting 1 kid to a bathroom at a time. You can't use the bathroom during passing periods. They have all these rules in place. We aren't putting restrictions on our bathrooms right now, but we're trying to leave it up to you to be responsible. What does that mean? When we go into the bathroom, you're in the bathroom to use the bathroom, you wash your hands, and you leave. You're not going in there to hang out, okay? Also, I know this might seem weird, but the stalls are a 1-person only situation, right? So you shouldn't be going with multiple people into a bathroom stall. So make sure we're keeping and honoring those rules just so we can keep ourselves safe in those situations, all right? Finally, well, one more thing. Masks, right? We talked about wearing your masks. In order to properly wear your masks as the CDC is recommending, over your nose and over your mouth, right? It needs to cover both of those things. And the purpose of the mask is really to protect everybody else from your air, right? And so we're doing this as a responsibility. Even if you don't feel sick or not, we're just protecting everybody else. So it's a really big teamwork approach to how we're going to keep this school rolling and open. And finally, after school, right? The school's open from 4 to 6, but there's only a couple of things that you're going to be able to be in school after that time for. If you're using the commons, that main area when you first walk in, the weight room, or you're involved in some extracurricular activity that's supervised by one of our adults in the building. All right? You don't just get to hang out in separate areas. As we move along, we may have some after-school tutoring taking place in the LMC as well, but those items will be communicated to you as we go. If these things don't work out for us, if we can't follow and adhere to that, those privileges get taken away. And we don't want to, take pieces away from you to start your high school career. We want to make it as open and free as we can, especially through this time. The last thing I'm just going to add is, it's really hard to get to know people and to meet people and to find out about people when there's a mask covering their face and you can't see anything about them. All right? I challenge you to bear with that process, especially with your teachers. A lot of you know each other because of your backgrounds from going through elementary school and stuff, but give us a chance, right? We're gonna get to know you. We're gonna work through that process with you, but don't make judgments because you can't see people's facial expressions, all right? I'm usually smiling, but you're not gonna see that underneath my mask, okay? So give us a chance to get to know you the same way that we're gonna get to build that relationship. We got a lot of people that wanna be authentic. They wanna be real with you. You're gonna see what you're gonna get from me, and I hope you get that from the rest of the adults in this building as well. Mrs. Olson's got some words from Student Services for you.
Thank you, and I don't have that much. First of all, I just want to welcome you back. I hope yesterday met your maybe expectations. Maybe you didn't have any expectations, but hopefully it answered some questions for you. And I hope it's everything that we promised it would be at the beginning of the day when I said you can ask questions, there's new people to help you. So first of all, welcome back. The next thing I just want to say is I heard both from the students who were here helping you and adults that was one of the best first days that we've had in a really, really, really long time. So I always go by the quote is you only have one time to make a first impression. I will say collectively as a group, you've made a really good impression on Lakeland Union High School. So I think that says something to say. So I'm proud of you guys. I think that's amazing. So we've got your back. It seems like you have our back, and we're all going to work through this together. From a student services perspective, just a couple things. Your schedule is your schedule is your schedule. Today is going to be different because you have A lunch and B lunch, and you're going to realize that you might have lunch not with your best friend from grade school. And I've always been honest about the transition, and it's tricky. What I'm going to tell you is we're not going to be able to change lunches based on friendships and things like that right now, and it's really important for me to share the why with you. If we had to go to a cohort where half of us go Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, or something like that, it's based on fifth hour. So we need to keep fifth hour the way it is. So I'm just letting you know it's tricky. You're going to get to know new people, and you get to do it without a mask on. All of your schedules should be set. If there is a reason that you need a schedule change after yesterday, there's a sign in Student Services that tells you all the reasons that are in your handbook of why you should have a schedule change, like you don't have a class period or something. Those are the reasons to go to the Student Services website, and we have a form link. So Lakeland Union High School website, then you go to Student Services, there's a form you can fill out, and we will connect with you about changing your schedule. Otherwise, that should be very limited. We're here for you, our remote learners and our virtual learners. You guys can sign up to meet with us on a Google Calendar. You can sign up that way. You can email us. We can Google Meet with you or face-to-face. So that's about it. So from here, you get to go to your first hour class, and there'll be